There you go. Hey, check this out. Here's the situation. Say you out with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know, you're at school, or you at a club or something, getting busy. All right, you just having fun. Somebody steps up to you and they tell you they want to rumble. All right, now just stop for a second. Before you lose your head, get all crazy and toss your hands up, just think. The person that uses their head can always defeat the person that's just trying to use their hands. Now remember that, because the more you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio. Today, we are talking about Will Smith once again. I know I just did a video a couple of days ago regarding the fact that Chris Rock finally addressed the quote-unquote incident at the Oscars. And, you know, for those of you that have been living under a rock these last few months and have absolutely no idea what the incident is, 98% of you probably do, but there's always that like 1 to 2% of, well, I don't know what you're referring to. So let's watch the entire Oscars incident in its full context here.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Yes, the thing that everybody has been joking about at Will Smith's expense. Well, anyway, that's not the point of this video today. It's the fact that Will Smith has released a video apology on his YouTube channel, and yes, he made a YouTuber apology after the Oscars slap. You know, it wasn't enough that he apologized already on Instagram. He now made an entire video apology. So here's what I'm gonna do. Normally, I would like intersplice and like cut in my own commentary in between. I'm not gonna do that with this apology video. I want to play it in its full context, and then we'll come back and truly dissect it.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
I mean, right off the bat, I'm just gonna say this. Look how fucking staged this whole thing is. Opens up with the text and the sigh from the person. Then we gotta cut to this camera angle to show them walking in and then sitting down, looking all serious. I'm gonna call it for what it is. It's the most staged shit ever. Look at all of this, professional lighting and all of these like cutting between different camera angles. Pardon my language, but what the fuck is this? How hard would it have been for Will Smith to turn on his cell phone camera and say something to the effect of, I'm gonna make this short, simple, sweet, and straight to the point. Chris Rock, I apologize for bitch slapping you on national TV and embarrassing you as a result. Just something to that, something less than a minute long. Upload that, call it a day. You know, that's all he needed to do. But the fact that he went so far as to, have this whole thing staged, have all of these different studio lights, all these different camera angles. And not only that, I brought up the fact that a couple of days ago, I made a video about Chris Rock finally addressing the Oscars slap. Well, he addressed it during his stand-up show, according to Us Weekly, who reported on it. That was on July 25th, 2022. When was this apology video uploaded? July 29th, 2022. So 4 days prior to this, Chris Rock addresses the slapping incident live on stage, and then 4 days later, Will Smith makes an apology video?
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, that clip says it all right there. Anyway, I want to replay a section from this apology video, because this is what really irks me, and I'll get more into that after I replay this section, and then we'll dissect it.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
So here's my problem with this one section right here, and this is the one section I am going to focus on. It's actually twofold. The first one is, he claims that he fogged out. He phased out of everything. Yeah, what we call that is selective amnesia. The whole, why didn't you apologize to Chris Rock during your acceptance speech? Oh, I blacked out. Oh, I blacked out. Oh, I blacked out. Yeah, bullshit. You blacked out. It's a phenomena, as I said. It's called selective amnesia. It's like you don't want to admit that you made a boo-boo, because he should have absolutely apologized to Chris Rock during his acceptance speech that night. Because why in the hell else did the Academy let him stick around to accept the award for Best Actor if he wasn't intending on apologizing to Chris Rock that night? So that's the first problem right there. The second problem is he's done this shit before, where he's attempted to put the ball into Chris Rock's court. The very first apology that he made on Instagram, and I did do a video on this at the time as well, but it's a few months old, and in case if you don't want to dig back through it, I'll go ahead, I'll give you the cliff notes. So this was, I think, like a day or two, I think it was the day after the Oscars. He posted a written apology on social media. I'm only going to read the first paragraph here, just to highlight my point. And it reads as follows. Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Okay, I'm just going to read that section to you. So let's dissect this section for section. Okay, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. Okay, that's a throwaway line. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Okay, there you go. There you go. You've made the apology. You've admitted wrongdoing. That's all an apology is. But he continues here. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job. Okay, he acknowledges he's an A-list celebrity sitting in the front row of the Oscars. Jokes at your expense are fair fucking game, but he has a comma. It's jokes at my expense are part of the job. But that line here is like saying, I'm not a racist, but I'm not a sexist, but it's jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Why did Will Smith, in this Instagram apology and in the video apology, not acknowledge that the joke that Chris Rock levied at Jada Pinkett Smith was the most tame fucking joke that was levied toward him at that time? Here, let me show you a couple of examples. The first one is from the BAFTA Awards, which I think happened a month prior to the Oscars. Granted, they were not there when Rebel Wilson made the joke at Will and Jada's expense. And the next example is from the night of the fucking Oscars.
Will Smith winning for King Richard. But personally, I thought his best performance in the past year has been being okay with all of his wife's boyfriends. What? Come on, he didn't show up.
Well, I've come with a bit of bad news. As you know, everyone here has been tested for COVID, but unfortunately, some of the test results have gotten lost. So before we go on with the show, we just have to do some quick emergency testing backstage. Don't worry, it's only a few people, it's totally random. So when I call your name, I'm just gonna need you to come with me. Now, I've got a list here, which I'm looking at, I have memorized, but if you hear your name, I'm gonna start with Bradley Cooper, Timothy Chalamet, Tyler Perry, Simu Liu, and wait, Javier Bardem. Oh, you're still with Penelope. You know what, actually, no. Your test is fine. It says that you're married. Negative. Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list and looks like Jada approved you, so you get on up here. Get on up here. All right.
So yeah, Will Smith, why are you not acknowledging that, hey, Chris really told a tame joke and I really overreacted to a point where I should have never reacted at all? He kind of says that, but it's under when he says jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear. Here's the problem with this statement. His statement assumes that, you know, that you, person reading the apology, have no idea that Jada Pinkett Smith already revealed her alopecia months prior to the fucking Oscars, decided, I'm gonna take it and make this public.
Now at this point, I can only laugh. Now y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia, and just all of a sudden one day, look at this line right here. Look at that. Look at that. And so it just showed up like that. Now this is gonna be a little bit more difficult for me to hide. So I thought I'd just share it so y'all not asking any questions. But you know, Mama's gonna put some rhinestones in there. And I'm just gonna make me a little crown. That's what Mama's gonna do.
Just like jokes about Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage, you know, and the whole, you know, Jada has entered another entanglement. You know, they decided to make that shit public too.
Thank you for that, because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with, is that this is a very personal journey.
Yep.
That became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually became really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started with him just needing some help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to help pull him through.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You know?
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. And one thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, you know, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So here's the real crux of the problem that Will Smith did not address in the Instagram written apology and is not addressing in this video apology. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett made so much private shit public that it's going to enable jokes at your expense. And yes, initially at the Oscars, he was laughing at Chris Rock's joke at Jada's expense. And then whatever in the hell happened in those 10 seconds, we have no idea when he decided to just run up and I'm gonna bitch slap him and tell him to get his wife's name out of my fucking mouth. Why did he do that? Who knows? He's still not addressing why he did it. Or like I said earlier, he's not even addressing the fact that that was the most tame joke levied at him that night. So so here's the thing. Why did Will Smith do this YouTuber apology? It's the reason why every other YouTuber does it. I remember when Logan Paul did this after he discovered the dead body in Japan's suicide forest. You know, it's all a PR move. Again, Us Weekly exclusively reported that, you know, Chris Rock joked about Will Smith's Oscar slap during a stand-up show with Kevin Hart, and this was on July 25th, 2022. And then 4 days later, he's got this ready to go with, you know, text in the beginning, the opening sigh, and him walking in, and all of these different camera angles and studio lights all ready to go. I don't think it ain't a fucking coinky dink that he had this ready to go. This is the most staged shit ever, when all he needed to do was forego the studio lights, forego the production values, just turn on his cell phone camera and say something to the effect of, I'm gonna make this short, simple, sweet, and straight to the point. Chris Rock, I apologize for my actions that night. I should not have run up on stage and bitch slapped you over a joke at my expense. Done. That's all he needs to fucking say. But he can't stop there. He has to continue to put the ball in Chris Rock's court to accept the fucking apology. Is the problem? This is his whole problem. Is that, you know, well, I've already apologized, but, you know, now it's Chris Rock's turn to forgive me. I'm going to say this, boys and girls, even if you're Christian, I really hate to break this to you, nobody has to accept your fucking apology. Which leads me to believe that this video apology was not directed at Chris Rock. It was directed toward you and me, not him. Because as I said, how hard would it have been for him to hold up his cell phone camera and say something that short, simple, sweet, and straight to the point? I apologize for, you know, rushing up on stage and bitch slapping you and embarrassing you on national television. How hard would that have been? No, I'm going to make this near 6-minute video with all this production value and different camera angles and make sure to stage it where I sigh and walk in because I want to win one over on the audience, because I want to continue to have a film career, because, oh my God, my film career may be over, and the only person who is actually benefiting from all of this is Chris Rock himself. So do I think that the apology is sincere? No, it's the most staged shit ever. You may feel differently. Let me know if you do feel differently. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here because I know I went probably way longer than I needed to go. If you guys stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following me long enough, you know I'm terrible at ending these videos. So I will just see you guys next time.